My name is Ernst R Fanfan. Pleasure to meet you. I would like to talk about the project. As a father, I've always wanted to give my kids the best, and every time I would come home, also as a soldier, I never get an opportunity to really be with them all the time, every day. So when I come home, I try to make the best of all the times that we have together. I've been an amateur scientist. I've always been into physics, math, calculus, and the likes. And having two daughters, I always wondered what I could do to help them enjoy science and math. I've also noticed that our books for children are mainly about a character. So the children end up learning more about the character than the science involved in the episode, and so forth and so forth. So I wanted to do something different. So I started telling stories to my oldest about all the different mathematical and physical concepts that I understood, that I have a really good grasp of. And it ended up going very well. She ended up learning so much, and much more than I expected for her to truly understand. And I realized that I was the one limiting her. I was the one that was keeping her from knowledge. I was the one, because of the fear that I had of not being able to properly explain these mathematical, physical, chemical concepts to her, that I just, never introduced it to her. It's just amazing. Just to go and learn something and come back and feed it to her, and she's able to feed it back to you or teach it to our youngest, and go to her school and show off her new knowledge, or even run to her mom or grandmother and say, "Hey grandma, look what I've learned." Because if you think about it, they will remember every single word of the Mother Goose stories, or every single word of the La Fontaine fables if you read those to your children. But yet, we don't trust them enough to remember or understand mathematical or physical concepts that we can easily explain or experiment with them all around us. So I took the initiative, I made it happen, and I tested with my children. Then I went and I gave it to some of my friends that I worked with, or soldiers with their families and so forth, and they tested it with their kids, and I ended up having a great reaction. They loved it. The kids were asking questions about gravity, about inertia, about the planets, about the first book that I chose to make was The Birth of a Star. The reason why I chose that one is because it was the first one I've ever told to my daughter, and it was the first one I gave to my friends, and the first one I illustrated, and they loved it. Their children loved it. They loved the graphics, they loved the story, and the parents love the definitions that I put in the glossary, and they helped me put the book together, because they were telling me that the kids were asking questions about certain words and they didn't know how to explain it. So what I did is I added the glossary at the end, and I added a how-to in the front. So the whole book was designed by parents, and not just by me. It was also designed by parents, and it was designed by the children that tested it. And it ended up being a really good project and a really good product, because the new people that are testing it right now are telling me that the glossary was a big help. The contents, the websites, and the contents in the back were a big help. I am not trying to build an army of scientists. No, that is not my goal. My goal is to give our children curiosity. I believe that our schools nowadays are not doing a great job enough of giving them that. And I was able to do that. And I would like to give that to your children, if you would allow me to come to your home through the book to give them this gift of curiosity, which will lock them into a perpetual desire to learn, which will guarantee them success in their education and their future studies and when they go to college. The money raised will be used for getting the book published from A to Z. All the costs involved, getting the editorial help, getting the marketing assistant or the marketing advisor, getting the copyright and anything that you can think of that applies to publishing a book and getting it registered in the Library of Congress. the money raised will take care of all that, and also it will take care of my responsibilities to make sure that you get the rewards that I have promised to you, the backers, and to really show how grateful and how appreciative that I am of all the help that you are giving me by providing me with the means to publish this book. Again, thank you for your backing. Thank you for your help in making this mission an accomplishment. I truly appreciate your time for listening to this video, watching this video, and I can't wait to see you on the flip side. Again, thank you very much.